Alright guys, today I will be showing you how to do this retouching method that I have here on REID and that I used in my Jared Vanderbilt design. It's pretty simple, pretty basic retouching, and the included plugins is TOPAZ Lab and Gigapixel, which I will show you my settings in Gigapixel right now actually. So I'm going to open up Gigapixel right here and I'm going to just put in my picture and I'm going to zoom to fit so I can see. And it's just the basic settings. It's 50 suppress noise and 50 remove blur. Waiting for it, and I mean, it's nothing too special, but it just enhances everything and it makes it look better. So we're gonna jump right into it. So I got my base photo here in a pretty generic background. Just I'll open it for you. Got a color fill here, and then I just went in with a low flow brush and just painted. Pretty basic background. So first thing I do is a camera raw filter. So I open up camera raw, obviously, because you gotta open up camera raw to use camera raw. So first what I do is just drop the highlights down. I usually go about 20, 22. Now obviously it's gonna be different on every picture, because you can have one that is really highlighted and you need to drop your highlights down more, but I just drop my highlights down and I bring up my shadows to about, I'd say about 62. Then my whites I drop down to about we'll say 19. So I don't touch contrast because we'll get to that in a little bit, but with my blacks I actually bring those up. Some people bring them down or bring them up, but I bring them up to about 37. Then texture and clarity, I bring my texture to about 46 or so, depends on the picture. And then my clarity, I go heavy on my clarity. I do about 81, and then I actually put vibrance on it, so I do about 29. So 22, 62, or negative 22 plus 62, negative 19 plus 37, plus 46 plus 81, and then plus 29. And I don't touch detail or color mixer or anything, because I do that manually with a brush and stuff. So we're gonna click OK, and then I go to filter and sharpen more. So that's where I get all those, those white stuff on the hair and stuff, and it just sharpens it more, and it's sharpened more. And then I open up TOPAZ Labs Adjust 5. So I already have like a setting here. It's pretty, so I'm gonna get into that. So I have adaptive exposure is a 0, and I have regions 4, contrast none. I mean, you can contrast it if you want. I usually I don't go heavy like all the way, but just like a little contrast will look good. But in this case, I'm not contrasting. And then protect highlights, or brightness is 0, and then I protect the highlights by 0.2, and then shadows by 0.2. And in details, just 1 strength, 1 detail boost. My threshold is at 0.15. My radius is at 25, and then my sharpen's at 1. Color, I think it's just the base settings. And then noise, I just use TOPAZ denoiser, but in this case I'm not. And then It's pretty, I think it's just the basic settings, to be honest with you. I might change, I think I might have changed more, and then yeah, just click OK, and boom. There is our picture with like our camera raw and our topaz. So next what I do is, if you have a white jersey or white in the jersey, I go to hue and saturation and just desaturate, create clipping mask, and Control I to invert the mask. And then with my brush I go hardness all the way up, and my flow is all the way up, and I just paint in the thing. It makes it look more bright, and it takes away those unwanted blues and greens and stuff that we do not want. So I'm gonna put this in a speed edit, and I'll get back to y'all when I am done. So another thing I do is I desaturate the teeth and the hair, because you see those little greens in there, and we do not want those. So we'll just desaturate the hair. I usually do it pretty rough, and then I go in with my black brush and take it away. So now I'm coming here with my black brush and just looking to see if I missed anything, and I get it to how I want. Make it look pretty. So it's just a rough stuff, but you can see it brings it out more and just looks better. So next I go to brightness and contrast. I drop my brightness down to 86, and then my contrast up to 8. Clipping mask, and then Control I, and then set my hardness to 0 and my flow down to 10. So now I'm coming in here where these are, put on my white brush, and then I go in where these shadows are, and I just make them a bit darker. So I'll put this in a speed edit, and I'll get back to y'all. So there is my brightness and contrast, dark, like shadows. So what I do next is I go to black and light, and I put this under the brightness and contrast that we were just on, and I turn the red up so there's a little bit of red, like right there. Then yellows are all the way up, greens are all the way up, and then my cyans are up, my blues are up, my magentas are up just a little bit. I'll probably lower my magentas a bit. So I control I, brush, flow, up, hardness, up. And now I'm coming in and I'm just painting the eyes, making them brighter. And it takes away those little red stuff. So you can see that the eyes are brighter now. And now I go in with a brightness and contrast again, clip and mask, and just turn my brightness all the way up. Control I, brush, hardness 0, and then my flow is at 10 again. And now I just brush in my highlights. So I'll put this in another speed edit for y'all and get this out of the way. So there is like my highlights there. You can see my shadows, my eyes, and then unsaturated the jersey or the whites. And then next, brightness, contrast all the way up. And I control I again. And I go in with a really small brush and I just zoom in. And I'm just getting a little rim light. Usually I'll do rim light. I'll just paint in the sides, make it look brighter. I don't know what it does, but it just makes it look better. So I'm just gonna go around the player here really roughly. Usually you want to do it pretty neatly, but for the sake of just getting it done quick and for a speedy tutorial, I'll do it a little roughly. I mean, no matter what, it's gonna look good. I mean, you don't really have to make it all nice and neat, but it looks better when you make it neat and stuff. So I'll put this in another speed edit, and I will catch y'all when I'm done. So there is just the little rim light. I don't know what it does, but it makes it look better. So that's what I usually do. And then obviously highlights and stuff. And then, final camera all. And that makes it look all good and stuff. So I'm gonna end it there, guys. Please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. See y'all later. Peace.